back to another Stuff and Things podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about a subject that I'm really passionate about. Really passionate about. It's anime and manga. But the particular anime that we're going to be talking about, because there are a lot of anime and manga I would love to talk about. But the particular one I'm going to talk about is Jujutsu Kaisen. So Jujutsu Kaisen is a manga and anime that's kind of changed my life over the course of a few summer months. As far as I can tell, it's a very extremely refined, for the most part, airtight story. And yeah, that's again as far as I know. So in this video I'm going to be telling you my favorite parts of the manga and the anime and my favorite characters. And yeah, there are many. And then finally why I like Jujutsu Kaisen and why it's so popular and what it means to me. So also spoilers for JJK if you haven't read it, just go read it. It's a really good manga and fantastic anime. Jujutsu Kaisen has a more scribbly art style than most manga, which portrays more movement and more intense action. And it can be super detailed using very simple lines. As an artist, that's really comforting, just to be able to scribble something or just draw something with a very simple line and like have a whole character on a page. I mean, seriously, draw any Jujutsu Kaisen character, you won't find like a weird curve that like you can't draw. And yeah, I mean, if you just draw a cover page of Jujutsu Kaisen, it's really not that hard to do. And getting in some of the more harder, you'd think it'd be hard to draw them, the curses are always really unique and really special without being completely alien to the art style. Which, believe me, it's really hard to draw something that is completely different from the usual flow of the manga. And what really helps in the story, switching gears a little here, is the notes that Gege Akutami does. Really expands on the cursed techniques and the abilities of the characters. And for those who don't know, cursed techniques are like something specialist to a person or a certain family. One of the families that will pop up every once in a while if you read the manga is Zenin, and I think there are a lot of them either Shigami users or have very impressive cursed techniques. So if you see Gojo uses Hollow Purple or Itadori using his Divergent Fist, that's a cursed technique, and you can clearly understand what it does from the characters in the author notes, which is really impressive and important to understand the story. So it's really refreshing when you see characters and eventually the author explain how the techniques work. So as the story goes, it's phenomenal. There's no part of the story that you would be bored by. There's no filler in the pages. There's no just excess. Each panel is used to further the story or explain what's going on. And some comedy for good measure, mostly. And pretty much every character is relatable or likable. Just as a side note, I really don't like Mai. She's really annoying. I don't know why Gege hasn't placed that character in there. She needs to be immediately removed. But besides all that, all of them are pretty crafted and polished at the point where an amateur writer like me wants to scream at the top of their lungs like a shoji character and basically have senpai notice you. But all said and done, all of this made it 10 times better when we talk about. Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched all of JJK for the anime, but I know enough to make an educated synopsis of it. So all the actors and animators at Studio Mappa have done a phenomenal job making this anime, and it works in so many ways. Like I'll talk about the work in a different synopsis video for Chainsaw Man, which you can pretty much bet your B-list, baitingless troglodyte self that I will be doing it. So anyway, let's start with the actors. Jinichi Wanabe as Sukuna is stupendous in the Japanese version. I pick him out solely because I like his voice actor. Though the English voice actor is fine. I like him, it's just I really like the Japanese one better. But he's stupendous from start to finish. Every word that he says is like full of ego and malice and hate towards pretty much all the characters, which you probably know everyone. Xander Mobius plays Toto, and Toge as from the English dub is mind-blowing. He delivers Toto's lines like something crazy insane, like he says what Toto believes. And Toge, he says like 2 words because he's a speech user. So yeah, I mean, you can do Toge as much as you want. I don't think you can make his acting more impressive than just saying words. So yeah. And then Kanji Tang as Gojo could never have made me want to be more of a JJK fan in my entire life. He pretty much just steals the show whenever Gojo's on in the English dub. And as far as the Japanese version, I kind of find his voice actor in the Japanese version kind of annoying, if I'm not lying. His voice actor in the Japanese version is really whiny with that. Like, he does have a seductive charm sometimes. Sometimes he just has this weird, whiny, high-pitched thing sometimes when he goes on. So, I don't know, I just like the English version better. So, and let me talk about the animation and music, or just in general, for Jujutsu Kaisen. So Studio Mappa for the animation is so insanely just good. It emulates the art style so well. It also somehow makes the action more dynamic than it already is. And the music is just chef's kiss. If you've ever listened to Kai Kai Kiten, I would suggest you listen to it immediately. It is pretty much the best intro alongside Kickback from Chainsaw Man and the closing theme from Just Awake from Hunter x Hunter. So just phenomenal job on the anime part. I would suggest you read it after the manga though, because and you need to really appreciate Jujutsu Kaisen before you can appreciate the anime thoroughly. So all this to say, whether you pick the anime or the manga, doesn't really matter. They're both good picks. And now what I get to really want to talk about for this next part, my favorite characters. So now, as I said, I like all the characters except my good mother of sweet Berlin Jesus. Do I not like Mai? But my favorites are, of course, Gojo and Toto. So let's start with Gojo. He, in the anime and manga, is a beast. He is just an unbridled force of nature. His dialogue gives off the impression that he is sort of a petulant child and he acts like such, but he also simultaneously in being serious, and this is on full display in the moment he appears in the series. He simultaneously has the energy of a playful but insane. He's also very hot. And on the other side of him is Toto. He manages to be serious again and funny. At the same time, I'm starting to sense a trend, but both seem to be on the same side. So he's simultaneously these things. He's always being serious in the show, what you normally treat as a joke. He's being completely serious. And the craziest fights, in my opinion, for season 1 is the Toto and Itadori fight, along with the plant chick. But that's the craziest fight, and that's not even the craziest Toto thing that he does. Mid-fight, when he's fighting Itadori, he makes up this crazy, insane alternate universe where he and Itadori and this pop idol that he likes are in high school and he proposes to her and gets rejected like this is Rainbow Days. I kid you not. This is like he's like almost the best character for volumes 3 through 6. Not even close. So he perfectly encapsulates what Jujutsu Kaisen, or at least the first few volumes of that, are just the insanity of it. Alright, so we kind of ran over what I like about Gojo and Todo, and I'm going to go into the meat of the discussion, which is so I'm going to be honest with y'all, I don't have anything for this in the script. Jujutsu Kaisen for me is not only something that I can enjoy and just pick up whenever I feel like it, and it also encapsulates something that I want pretty much in all manga, which is just a likable set of characters. Not all characters in the manga are exceedingly likable. Not all of them are even remotely I don't even care about. But I can guarantee you I can care about every single character in Jujutsu Kaisen. I can guarantee you I like every character, from the curses to the special grade curses to the sorcerers except Mai, because Mai sucks. And yeah, I mean, it encapsulates something that I really like. It's about hope and how when things get rough, you don't give up. You always get back in there and do your best. And it's not something that is exclusive to JJK. It's on Chainsaw Man also does this really well. But I think Gojo encapsulates everything that is Jujutsu Kaisen. He doesn't take the situation seriously. The manga nor the show takes really any situation with anything below a special grade very seriously. But when it is a special grade, it switches over to the serious side of storytelling, where it can be serious and it can tap into those emotions that you would normally want in a manga. Because never have I ever, except maybe in Rainbow Days, I came out with a copy of number 10 and 11, have I ever wanted to read more of a manga. Never in a million years has that manga series I want to read it and I want to understand it. I kid you not, I still to this very day have just a absolute love and passion for story writing, drawing, animating, pretty much everything that comes with JJK's territory. It has made me want to do the stuff that I like. And I'm not gonna kid you, it gets really, really hard sometimes to find inspiration, to do what you love for anything. For the longest time, and I'm gonna sort of a little bit pour my heart out, for the longest time I had no desire to do anything. I didn't really want to draw, didn't really want to write anything, didn't really even want to talk about anything that I really liked. I just wanted to experience or just cruise through life. And I guess that for some people that you need that, but for me I didn't really need it. But once I picked up Chainsaw Man and I picked up JJK or Jujutsu Kaisen, it blew me away. And again, so I watched the anime before I read the manga for JJK. I know I just contradict myself. Read the manga before you watch the anime. And that still holds true. When you read the manga and then you watch the anime, it's so cool. to see like the panels that were still and now moving. It's surreal and it's kind of cool, but I didn't do that. So listen to me, but also don't listen to me. So when I picked up those series, I genuinely wanted to create something like that. I wanted to experience it all the way and basically write it out with these characters. Because I firmly believe in any sort of media, whether you're watching a movie, a TV show, listening to a podcast, or listening to a song, if the thing has characters, you want to write it all the way through with those characters if they're likable. I genuinely wanted to write out all the way with characters like Denji and Itadori and not Bakugo, I don't know, like Midoriya. I wanted to write it out with those people. I genuinely just wanted to experience them in the way that their art form needs to be experienced in. And I think there's something really, really powerful about that. When you take the time to not only experience what these characters are about, what their core beliefs are in, and what they mean. What Jujutsu Kaisen means is, yes, it's a shonen fight battle anime or manga, but it's also something more than that. It's a story about making friends, finding a family when you've lost everything, and you can be content with that. Now, I'm only really speaking for half of the series. I don't really feel obligated to say anything more about that, since I don't want to encourage any spoilers, and nor do I want to upset anybody with my thoughts on the second half of Jujutsu Kaisen. So that's going to wrap it up real quick. So I really want to quickly talk about what's next for our channel. So for our channel, we want to do a lot of things. We're going to pick back up some of the stuff that we've already done, talking about movies, video games, all sorts of media, or just stuff and things, because we are Stuff and Things. And what I particularly want to do is make more of these videos. Like, I also want to do a synopsis on Chainsaw Man. I want to do a synopsis on MHA. I want to do a synopsis on I don't know if anybody knows what this series is, but Rainbow Days. It's a very important series to me. Or a manga series by the name of Boys Abyss. I want to do a lot of. I want to talk about what I'm passionate about, and I hope that some of the podcast members, like myself, want to do that as well. I know our last video was with Onyx and I, and we talked about music. We're probably going to do a part 2 about that. I don't want to promise too much, because this is just what I want to do. It's not really, I don't think this is what I'm going to do. So, all that in mind, I'm going to stop yapping, and because, of course, this episode is getting really long. But what I also want to encourage is, I don't want to say don't stop watching, because that sounds stupid. But it really helps us that you care enough about our podcast, our series. It really does. It brings a lot of joy to my heart to do some of this stuff, and I hope it really inspires you guys or whoever's listening to this to do what you love. For us, it's podcasting, or it's somewhat more than that. It may have started as sort of like a school thing where we all got together, but for me personally, it's something that I get to do alongside people I would gladly call them my friends. So I'm going to stop yapping. I hope you all have a great day. If you feel like, subscribe. If you feel like it, like or dislike, doesn't really matter. Or it does matter, but I just hope you like it. If you want to share this with a friend, then to, give them a like a little thing for Jujutsu Kaisen, then that would be great. That would be awesome. It gives our channel exposure, and it also helps me out and shows that you guys want to see me do more of this stuff. So I'm gonna stop talking, and you guys have an excellent day. All right. Thank you for listening or watching, and we'll see you. I'll see you whenever I get around to it. Okay. Bye.